Hello. So today we're going to proceed with academic reading sample task. This is number 6. As usual, on the left hand side we have a text. On the right hand side we have a task related to this text. So let's read as a task. Academic reading sample task, table completion. So here we have questions from 9 to 13. Complete the task below. Choose no more than 3 words from the passage for each answer. Write your answers in boxes 9 to 13 on your answer sheet. So we have a table where we have species, size of them, preferred climate for the species, complementary species, start of active period, number of generations per year. So in case of species, we have French, Spanish, South African, ball roller, and sizes. Their climate, it's cool for French. And in case of complementary species, the Spanish here. So start of active period, it's written here, it's late spring. For number of generations per year is 1 to 2 from French. And for Spanish we have to find. So we'll go to the first question, which is question number 9, and we're gonna review preferred climate for Spanish. I'm not gonna highlight this word Spanish, but we're gonna try to find it here in this text, and to find any information about Spanish species and their preferred climate. So here in the text we can see everything which were related to this species. Here they were saying about Spanish species. I'm gonna highlight it just to know where exactly they start to mention about them. Here they were saying about France, excavate tunnels. So they start to describe everything here. We don't have to waste our time on reading this paragraph because it doesn't have any required information or any information which is going to help us to find an answer to our questions. So in the second paragraph we can't see anything about the climate, so we need for the question number 9 the preferred climate for Spanish. Here in the second paragraph they're just saying about Spanish species, but about the tunnels, about the species itself, but nothing about the climate. So we're gonna further to the last paragraph where we are seeing this Spanish species again. I'm gonna highlight it, and so they were just saying that they prefer temperate climate here in this sentence. So let's read this sentence where we have the answer to question number 9. In the cool environment of the state of Victoria, the large French species 25 centimeters long is matched with smaller halves this size, temperate climate Spanish species. So we would say that they prefer the temperate climate usually. So we're gonna highlight this. So the answer to the question number 9 is gonna be temperate climate. We have to be very careful that in the task it's written no more than 3 words. So we just have to take into account the article. We have to count as a word. Let's say when we have an answer like an apple or a book, we have to take into account that this is gonna be 2 words. So we'll go further to question number 10, start of active period. So when exactly this Spanish species starts their active period. So we're gonna see here they were just saying about French species at the beginning. So further they were saying about Spanish species, and for the former they are saying that they prefer cold winter. So here, but this is a for former one, which is French species. The later is gonna be related to this Spanish species, so we have to be very careful with that, not to get confused. They can use these tricks in order to get confused some students, so we have to be very careful with that. And they were saying about early spring, so they prefer to start an active life during or early spring. So the answer to question number 10 is going to be early spring. So we'll go further to question number 11, number of generations per year. So here we just see that they are saying that they produce 2 to 5 generations annually. Annually means per year. So the answer about this Spanish species, number of generations per year, is gonna be 2 to 5. I'm gonna highlight it as well, and we'll go further to another type, which is South African bull roller, and we need to know their preferred climate. So we've done with Spanish species, it's complete here, and the further we go with South African bull rolling, and they were saying that they prefer here in the first sentence where they are saying about South African bull rolling species, that they prefer subtropical climate. They're saying subtropical beetle prefers the climate of northern and coastal New South Wales, where it commonly works with the South African tunneling species. So the answer is going to be subtropical to question number 12, and we'll go further. Complementary species. So the answer to question number 13, complementary species, is, we're gonna go further to the following sentence where they were saying about this South African species. So they are saying that they are tunneling species. So the answer is gonna be tunneling species to question number 13. So we're going to proceed with academic reading sample task, which is multiple choice. On the left hand side we have a text, on the right hand side we have a task related to this text. Let's read the task. Questions 10 to 12. Choose the appropriate letter A, B, C, or D. Write your answer in the boxes 10 to 12 on your answer sheet. Question number 10. Research completed in 1984 found that the United States soil erosion A. reduces the productivity of farmland by 20%. B. was almost as severe as in India and China. C. was causing significant damage to 20% of farmland. D. could be reduced by converting cultivated land to meadow or forest. So our main keywords are going to be here 1984 and the United States. So in the text we're gonna find any information about United States. Here we're gonna highlight mentioning about United States and about the year, which is 1984. So let's read this sentence. The United States, where the most careful measurements have been done, discovered in 1984 that about 1/5 of its farmland was losing topsoil at rates likely to diminish the soil's productivity. So they were saying 1/5, which is 20% of the farmland was damaged. As you guys remember, we had here some information about this damage of 20% of farmland. So it's gonna be a question. The answer to question number 10 is gonna be C. Was causing significant damage to 20% of farmland. So we'll go further to question number 11. By the mid-1980s, farmers in Denmark, what exactly had happened? A. used 50% less fertilizers than Dutch farmers. B. used twice as much fertilizer as they had in 1960s. C. applied fertilizer much more frequently than in the 1960s. D. more than doubled the amount of pesticides they used in just 3 years. So we're gonna go to the by the middle of 1980s. Some information about that time could be in the following paragraph. And as I was saying about the Denmark farmers, so here in the second paragraph they was mentioning about the Denmark. We're gonna highlight it, and as I was saying, by the middle of 1980s, so we're gonna go with this sentence. Fertilizer use doubled in Denmark in the period 1960 to 1985, and increased in the Netherlands by 150%. And as I was saying about the rise of the using of pesticides, and in 3 years from 1981, in the 3 years from 1981, so this had happened to them. So the answer is gonna be used twice as much fertilizers, because they were just saying that it's just doubled. So our main answer is here is doubled. They just doubled fertilizers here. It's the answer to question number 11 is going to be B. Go to the question number 12. Which one of the following increased in the New Zealand after 1984? A is farming comps, B use of fertilizer, C overstocking, D farm diversification. So our main keyword is going to be New Zealand in 1984. So in the following paragraph, we are mentioning about New Zealand, but we know that in 1984, what had happened there, we're supposed to know what exactly increased by that time. As you can see, they are not saying about 1984, they were just saying about this range, but here in the following sentence, they have mentioned this year, which is 1984, and we just gonna see what happened that year. So we're just gonna read the sentence. So the most dramatic example was that of the New Zealand, which scrapped most farm support in 1984, but nothing about the increase of anything here. And here in the following sentence, just was saying a fall, but decline, nothing about the rise. So they were just saying here about the farms began to diversity. So exactly increased here, it says diversify, which is farm diversification increased. And they were just saying here about they were just saying was a subside to manage soil erosion. So basically the answer to question number 12 is going to be D, farm diversification, which has increased in New Zealand after 1984. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a good day. Good luck with your IELTS exam. Please subscribe to this channel. I'm gonna publish more videos for trainings and all of these explanations. So put your comments on this video. Bye.